Alrighty, I am literally in the final lap of this month-long tour of Japan. For those of you who have been paying attention to our social media, I've been out here since November 1st. It is officially December 1st of 2024 as I record this. So I've been here one whole month. I have 3 days left. So I wanted to get a couple more videos in before I head out. And this video, even though it is a Koffers, it's a little bit of a Koffers / on location kind of video because I'm killing two birds with one stone. So I am back here in Tokyo. Last time, if you saw me, if you paid attention to our last episode, which is exclusively on YouTube at the moment, where I talked to my good friend Helmy, I was in Yokohama. Now I am in Tokyo, and I have been hanging out with Kyle Yount of the Kaiju cast, and he's been showing me around because he's out here now. And my common Kaiser brother Arian is also out here, so we have been having a damn good time. And most importantly, thanks to Arian, he scored tickets to Godzilla The Art 4. Yes, so this video is going to be a combo of the actual gallery and one of the few exclusives that I picked up there. The Godzilla The Art 4 exclusive figure, the 68 custom figure, if you will. So strap in, we're about to take a little journey into the world of the art scene. All right, so for those of you who do not know what Godzilla The Art is, it is a art gallery exhibition, if you will, that has been going on for the last 3 years now. I believe since post-pandemic, really since Toho's ramped up promoting the hell out of Godzilla out here. The Godzilla Day Festival has become a bigger and bigger event as they've gone along. This year being the 70th anniversary, they really spread it out. I would say officially started last year with the release of -1 when we were here last time, but it has gone on. And even though the 70th anniversary technically has passed, Toho is not done celebrating, and they announced back right before I left, which was late October, that Godzilla The Art 4, there you go, will be happening here at the end of the month in November. So it runs for about 2 weeks. So it runs from November 28th to December 16th. So if you happen to be in the Tokyo area anytime between then and this year 2024, so if you happen to be watching this a year from now and come across it, it's already come and gone, as most art galleries tend to do. But, and also, by the way, if you're wondering why I'm speaking in such a tone, just to give you a hint, this is my room. This is a lot of rooms in Tokyo. I am in a closet, and it is quite late in the evening. So you'll excuse my demeanor, if you will. That's it, moving on. Again, thanks to my good buddy Arian. He scored tickets because the first 3 days of this gallery, you needed tickets to get in, to both go to the gallery and get one of these guys, which for a lot of collectors and resellers, these are the sought after figures. I do have another figure, but I'm saving that for another video. This video is focusing on this particular gallery. So what is Godzilla The Art? Well, it's a collection of artistic endeavors by various artists, and my vernacular is a little off. It's been a long couple of days. Essentially, it is held in Shibuya, which is a very swanky district of Tokyo. It's a ward. If you ever get a chance, come to Shibuya. If you've never been out here and you know your kaiju stuff, it is most famously known for Gamera lays waste to a pack of Gaos in the most violent fashion, and arguably one of the best kaiju movies ever made. Yes, Gamera 3. So part of me was geeking out a little bit out of that. Shibuya, it's held at the Parco, which is a department store chain out here. A little high end, if you will. So head up to the 4th floor, and next to various other small little boutiques and stuff like that, there's this art gallery that sits in the middle of this department store. Walked in, gave the good people our passes, and they handed us a ticket, said present this when you want to get your exclusives, and we walked on in. Now, the first thing we saw when we walked in, something I was not allowed to take photos of. And here's the thing. So I did not get a lot of video. Actually, I only got one piece of video of this thing because the rule set, which was mostly in Japanese when I walked in, had the no picture, the no camera symbol on it. So I thought, pictures aren't allowed. That turns out pictures were pretty much allowed for the most part. There were like 1 or 2 key pieces that they did not allow pictures for, so I could not get pictures of that. So I was a little off on what I was able to film or whatnot. So you're gonna see a lot of pictures here, not a lot of video. I apologize for that, but that's just the language barrier issue out here. So go in. It's very much a swanky art gallery. It's not very big. There is a beautiful maquette piece that if you look a little hard in one of the photos I'm going to post on here, you'll be able to see in the background. But I was not allowed to get a full picture of it. But that stands directly to your right when you walk in, and just past that is this magnificent Godzilla Final Wars statue piece that is apropos because as of yesterday of this recording, it was the 20th anniversary of its release out in Hollywood. Favorite Godzilla, one of my favorite Godzilla movies. Love Final Wars. So from there were the 2 key pieces, these King Ghidorah and Godzilla, very stylized. I think they're made out of marble. I'm not sure, but it's essentially this guy. So as you see in the pictures that I'm posting here, these are very large pieces. They looked very fragile too. This is contemporary art, so whether or not that is to your liking, well, that's art. It is in the eye of the beholder. Past that, there was this very stylized kind of classic Godzilla piece that hung on the wall. It looked like it was carved out of wood and painted. There were several paintings. So I apologize, I do have the artist right here. There's James Jarvis, Hiroshi, Oliver Payne, Gene Julian, Rob Dwee, Antono. I do apologize if I'm butchering these. Tetsuya Nakamura, who was the curator of this gallery. So there were some very elaborate pieces. There was a Godzilla in looks like he was spiked by a piece of wood. Not sure what the piece was really trying to say. Just looked cool. There was this cool little Godzilla 2000 cutout that had a warped picture behind it. 2 very large, awesome pieces of art that were side by side of these, which were these characters that looked like they were wearing a Godzilla, Mechagodzilla hoodie, if you will. I'm just gonna let the pictures speak for me for a second. So this is the art gallery. This is the whole exhibit. Again, I'm not a fine art guy personally, which is ironic. My father was an artist, and my brother's a big art guy. The art I know is Frank Frazetta, Neil Adams, stuff like that. That's more my art. But it is an interesting aspect to this whole fandom, and the fact that Toho, 20 years ago when they were closing the book on Godzilla, would have never have thought to done anything like this. But this is still the KOFFERS, so the thing that I know you're tuning into to see is the review of this guy, the exclusive figure that was made available for this year's art exhibit. So I'm gonna stop yapping about art. We're gonna look at this figure.
Now again, guys, I apologize because, as you saw earlier in the video, I am in a closet of a room, much like many of the rooms I have been in during my trip. So I do not have a lot of room to work with, but this gives you the idea. Also, the lighting's a little janky. Not much I can do about that. Anyway, so this is a Bandai Movie Monster Series 68 Godzilla that has been customized by the curator Tetsuya Nakamura. Who is Tetsuya Nakamura? He's an artist. I'm not 100% familiar with his work, but since he was the curator, he got to design the figure this year. Now, the first time that Toho put one of these things together, they actually put out a very cool figure, which I'm going to do another video for, but I'm going to spoil it just real quick. This is what they put out initially. A brand new figure, the maquette. This is going to be a video that's coming soon. So, that's what they did the first time around. This is number 4. So, they have, let's just say, curtailed the budget a little bit. I don't know who is going through with that, it's Bandai or whatever, but they have not produced an original figure and instead have gone with these artist interpretation figures. It is not too dissimilar to what Mondo does at Designer Con, where they'll have a one-off or two-off of a couple artists that come in, take blanks of some of their vinyl figures and do completely original hand-painted artwork on them. Now that's cool because you have to be at the show, you have to win a raffle, and then you buy, and essentially you're getting essentially an original piece of art because these are hand painted. A lot of things at Designer Con are done that way. There's a lot of one-offs that vinyl collectors and art collectors want from a particular artist. This is a slightly more mass-produced version of them. This is not hand painted. This is a custom paint job. Nakamura did design this figure. So as you can see, he has a very bright metallic green hue with what I call race car fire on it. Makes them go faster. So this is completely repainted figure from top to bottom. This figure has been out before. I don't know when was the last time he was out, but it's been a hard minute. But they went with 68. I don't know why they went with 68. Maybe that was just because that's what Nakamura chose to do. Or that's what Bandai told him he can work with, because maybe they had a bunch of these laying around, or there was a mold laying around. So it is a standard 6-inch Bandai Movie Monster Series figure. He has limited articulation, like all the other ones. But the big thing about him is the paint job. See if I can give you a better look. The lighting isn't throwing anything off here. His eyes are completely painted black. Right under the jaw and down here is completely painted black. This is all an artistic choice. So it looks like the base body has this metallic green. It's almost the color of the Imperial Godzilla from back in the day. Again, I apologize. The lighting's not giving it the best look, but as you can get a good idea of what's going on here. So the rest of the painting is in this kind of shiny It's not quite metallic, but it does pop. You're essentially just buying a repainted figure for a slightly elevated price. This one was 550,000 yen. So in Japanese currency, that's about 55 bucks. Convert for America, I think I paid about $36, which is still asking a lot, but considering the price of the movie Monster Series figures right now, they vary somewhere within that price range. So this is an event exclusive. You have to be at the art gallery in order to pick up one of these. So they did reveal this guy at Godzilla Fest, so everyone knew this was the figure that was coming out. Since I got in day one, I managed to pick up one, and you know, just as a keepsake. It wasn't at the top of my list, but you know, one of those things like, I'm here, might as well walk away with it. Now, who is this for? Hardcore collectors that want the one of everything, or people who like artistic interpretations on figures. To me, a paint job like this isn't exactly an attention grabber, much like the clear or the solid color versions. These aren't really my jams. Just personally, I like a modest, decent paint job. I am an action figure guy after all. But to a lot of people, these are cool. They like them. If that is your taste, then more power to you. I applaud you. So this is the tag that he comes with. So there's the back. And then the inside. Oh, there we go. So really not much different. I mean, the paint job does match. So if this is, there you go. It's got the art logo on it. Let me get that a little closer. So this is pretty much the only real new thing to it. And even then, all they did was just slightly recolor a piece out of Destroy All Monsters. So that is the actual figure for this year's Godzilla The Art. Now, all right, guys, there you have it. As I said, that's Godzilla The Art 4. So, cool figure for the most part. Again, if you're a hardcore collector that needs one of everything, then this is for you. For me, yeah, you know, it was within my price range, small enough I can get home. Wasn't the thing I was kind of aiming for. I did get that. That'll be a video when I get home. Again, I leave here in a couple of days, so I have a lot of stuff that has been stocked away. I'll be covering a lot of this trip once I get back to the United States, so stick around to this channel for that. But until then, just to let you guys know, we do have a show. It's called The Kaiju Kingdom Podcast. You can find us at thekaijukingdompodcast.com. If you don't like to download, you can always stream us on all of your favorite podcast streamers, including Apple, Spotify, or wherever else you might find better podcasts. We're also on social media. Hopefully you're following us, because I have been posting just about everything Kaiju related and some other fun stuff from this month-long trip in this absolutely beautiful country. So you can find us on X, Instagram, Facebook. It's all right there. You can read. So give us a follow on there. As of this recording, saw something very cool, and you might want to go check those out. So, and with that, that will wrap up this slightly long hybrid version of the Koffers. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.